Hey guys, what's up? And today we're playing some Still Life 2. Wait, are we? Are we streaming? Or are we not streaming? Okay, it looks like we are streaming, so we're good. I wasn't sure at first, but we're good. So, new game, for one. This one has iffy reviews.
Vic McPherson.
Hi, Vic. It's Claire. So, how are things going in Los Angeles?
Hey, Claire. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm making any headway. I'm having a hard time establishing a link between all these killings.
You're obsessing over this. If you hadn't quit, you wouldn't be trying to put the pieces together all alone.
Don't start, Claire. I know you don't approve of my decision to leave the FBI. But working for an asshole like Browning? No, thank you.
Browning won't be here forever, you know. His decision to close the investigation after the mass killer's death wasn't welcomed by everyone in the Chicago Bureau.
I don't need to remind you that there's absolutely nothing to prove that the fucker's really dead. He fell in the water when I shot him. I know I hit him. As far as I've heard, his body was never found.
No, you're right about that. Of course you've got doubts. The water flowing under the Tomanova Bridge is ice cold. If your bullet didn't kill him, cold water would have finished him off.
I'd love to be so sure. I think all of them need victimized.
Have you found any information on the first killer? The one who the Chicago murderer was supposedly copycatting? His name was Ackerman, I think?
Yeah, Mark Ackerman, son of Governor Herbert Ackerman. He was locked up in an asylum at the beginning of the 30s after 2 strings of murders. He was never officially found guilty. His father had him hospitalized to avoid the scandal, with the FBI's full cooperation. Corruption never goes out of style. Makes me sick.
And the retired inspector, Harrison, the one you wanted to see in California. Did you meet with him?
Yeah, he gave me the whole case file for the 1956 investigation. He's convinced that Mark Ackerman was behind this series of murders in Los Angeles.
Really? A killer who murders women over several decades, then a copycat who starts it all over again 50 years later? That's terrifying.
Yeah, but this case is personal, too. My grandfather got himself embroiled in it. He lost more than just his illusions. I think that they made him a suspect. I want to find the truth for his sake, no matter what it costs me.
I hope you'll find what you're looking for, Vic. If I can help you in any way.
Do you have any news on Mia, the killer's latest victim? Is she still in the hospital?
She's doing better. She's come out of shock. The doctors are optimistic. She should be able to go home soon. I went by to see her yesterday. She's gonna leave Chicago. So many bad memories.
What's new at the FBI? Miller still having stomach trouble?
Uh-huh. He got sick at the New Year's potluck. Some joker put Tabasco in his salmon canapes. We haven't seen Browning much lately. He's distanced himself from the Bureau since your resignation. It doesn't change much anyway. He was never exactly close to his agents.
Yeah, you can say that again. The only place for an ice cube like that is in a glass of whiskey. Where's the investigation at? Is anyone working on it since Browning cut the funding?
Officially, the killer is considered dead, so Browning closed the case. He seemed rather in a hurry to put that one to bed.
Obviously. There were some pretty well-placed people who used to frequent some of the girls who were killed. Browning's one of them. I wonder what he had to give up to bury the scandal. And I think that I used to work under him. Ugh, makes me sick. I hope Richard's not harassing you. He's left several messages on my answering machine.
He just called me to ask about Mia. He feels responsible for letting her go. And the killer is opening.
I know, he's taking it hard. There's nothing to say that the killer would have taken him out to get his hands on Mia.
Anyway, he misses you, that's for sure. He's looking forward to you coming back.
I have one last favor to ask, Claire. A big one. I need access to the FBI's database.
For your research, huh? Wow, I'm playing fast and loose with the rules a lot lately.
I don't want to get you into trouble.
Don't worry about me. The access code was changed a few days ago. I'll check it out and text you, okay?
Thanks, Claire. I'll let you go now. Talk to you soon. Well, let's try to review the clues we've got. I'll record my notes onto my smartphone while we go through them. A newspaper clipping dated March 22nd, 1956. The article talks about a fire in the hospital where Mark Ackerman was committed.
Press clipping dated March 22nd, 1956. This clipping was kept by Harrison, a Los Angeles Times article. On the day of March 21st, a fire broke out at the Bromden Institute, a private clinic housing a psychiatric asylum, resulting in the death of 10 people. One of the institution's doctors, the famous Dr. Kelly, see photo next page, lost his life in the fire. Also among the victims was Mark Ackerman, the son of the governor of California, Herbert Ackerman. Committed for over 20 years, Mark Ackerman was one of Dr. Kelly's patients. The police strongly suspect him of being responsible for the disaster. The alarm was sounded by a nurse as she was returning from lunch. If I hadn't gone out to eat with my son Henry, I might have died too. The article adds that the nurse knew the presumed arsonist well, as she had been Dr. Kelly's assistant for many years. Prior to being transferred to another department, she did not contradict the police's suspicions.
This nurse, she could certainly be linked to Ackerman. I've got to find out more info about her. A newspaper clipping, dated March 22nd, 1956. The Los Angeles Murders File. Harrison gave it to me. His conclusions differ from the official version.
Summary of the LA murders case. Between December 1955 and March 1956, 5 prostitutes were found dead on Los Angeles side streets. They had each been stabbed and disemboweled. Their bodies have been mutilated and their hands or feet have been severed. See photos on following pages. I would like to not see the photos. The murders took place without witnesses, and not a single revealing clue was found at the crime scenes. The press nicknamed the killer the Los Angeles Ripper and harshly criticized the incompetence of the police. The officer in charge of the investigation, Inspector Harrison, was under great pressure to apprehend the perpetrator quickly. On March 19, 1956, the suspect was finally arrested, a 27-year-old Harold Perrin. Perrin was a former patient of the Bromden Institute, a psychiatric hospital. According to the experts appointed by police, he presented numerous symptoms of mental illness. He had nevertheless been released from the institute 2 years earlier, his mental state having been judged as satisfactory by the doctors. Harrison believed that Harold Perrin had acted under the influence of another man, Mark Ackerman, a psychologically unstable painter. His superiors did not support this theory. Ackerman himself died in a fire 2 days after Perrin's arrest. See newspaper article dated March 22, 1956. In the course of his investigation on the Los Angeles Ripper, Harrison had begun to suspect Ackerman. Noting similarities to old cases, Harrison contacted Gustav McPherson, a former private detective who had worked on one of these cases. McPherson sent him a very disturbing document, the Confessions of Hubert Ackerman, governor of California and Mark Ackerman's father. In these confessions, Herbert Ackerman confirmed that his son was responsible for 2 series of murders. The first in Prague in 1929 and then in Chicago in 1931. Ackerman, confined since 1932 in the Bromden Institute, contained his criminal instincts for more than 20 years thanks to the care of Dr. Edward Kelly, but his true nature would end up getting the better of him. Not being able to leave the institution, Ackerman chose a proxy to commit murders for him. After having gone to the institution several times to question Ackerman, Harrison discovered that the painter received frequent visits from Harold Perrin, a seemingly harmless young man who had spent 3 years at the clinic for minor mental disturbances. In the wake of Harold Perrin's arrest on March 19th, an announcement was made to the press. Perrin was presented as the main suspect in the case. Perrin collapsed on the evening of March 21st when he heard of Mark Ackerman's death. He confessed to the crimes but did not incriminate his presumed mentor. No official charges were ever filed against Ackerman, although Harrison remained convinced of his role in the murders. Following Perrin's arrest and the death of Ackerman, the murders ceased. Harrison saw the paintings made by Ackerman prior to his confinement, paintings which, according to his hypothesis, were the motivation for his murders. He described them as sick and alarming, but embodying incredible force. This was not true of the paintings done by Ackerman during his long stay at the clinic. Harrison was convinced that he hadn't seen all of Ackerman's paintings, particularly one which he supposedly painted right before his death. Comment. A note in the file indicates that in February 2003, Harrison handed over Herbert Ackerman's confessions to one Emil Sarkovic, a journalist, who claimed to be finishing a biography of Herbert Ackerman. Citing reasons of authenticity, the journalist left with the original documents, promising but failing to return them.
Zarkovic. I know that name. Where have I heard it before? A newspaper article dated March 19th, 1956. It recounts the arrest of a suspect in the LA murders.
Press clipping dated March 19, 1956. This clipping was capped by Harrison. The LA Tribune article recounts the arrest of Harold Perrin, see photo on next page, who could be the Los Angeles Ripper, the author of 5 murders which had taken place in the previous months. The victims were all young prostitutes. They had been horribly mutilated. Inspector Michael Harrison was the arresting officer. He had tailed Perrin and surprised him as he was spying on another young prostitute. Harold Perrin is at this hour being questioned by Inspector Harrison, who will later hold a press conference to inform the citizens of any progress in the investigation. To finish the article, the journalist makes a comparison with Elizabeth Ann Short's death 9 years earlier. The crimes of the Los Angeles Ripper equal in savagery the murder of the Black Dahlia. Is there a link between these two cases?
I doubt there's a connection between the two cases. Another idiot journalist greedy for a story. A brochure of the Ackerman exhibit organized by Richard. There are reproductions of paintings as well as some interesting information.
The Valdez Gallery of Chicago has the honor of presenting an exhibit devoted to the works of Mark Ackerman to the public for the first time. An American painter who lived in the first half of the 20th century, Ackerman had numerous sojourns in Europe prior to settling in Los Angeles. The exhibit traces the different periods of the artist's turbulent life. Let yourself be carried away by the raw emotion that emanates from Mark Ackerman's paintings. The landscapes and portraits skillfully mix dream and reality, the conscious and the unconscious, serenity and anxiety. The passion and creative force of this incredible yet unknown artist will move you deeply. The Valdez Gallery wishes to thank Gerald Carter, Fine Arts Director at Chicago University, and the instigator of this exhibit. The funds necessary for the acquisition of the works were raised with the support of the Labyrinth Foundation. Several paintings were reproduced in the brochure. Dr. Hyde, the pupil, Beatrice.
The Labyrinth Foundation. That's the second time I come across them while I'm investigating. I think they have a website. A brochure of the Ackerman exhibit organized by Richard. A newspaper clipping dated March 22nd, 1956. The Los Angeles Murders File. The women represented in these paintings are Ackerman's victims. The women represented in these paintings are Ackerman's victims. The killer lost his mask before falling in the river. According to what Claire's told me, the lab analyzed it but didn't find anything.
It's Richard. I hope everything's going well in LA. I was sad to spend New Year's Eve without you. Call me back soon. Hi, Vic. It's Richard. I miss you. I'm looking forward to you coming back to Chicago. Love you, sweetheart.
I think that's to the database.
The battery's dying. I better plug it in. Power outlet. Power outlet.
Do I have to figure out the controls? Um... Goal of the Labyrinth Foundation is to preserve works of art and to promote young artists. Its activities are numerous: organizing exhibits, restoring old paintings, awarding scholarships and financial support, acquiring art objects for public display, providing legal help and appraisals. The Labyrinth Foundation was created in 1961 by Mrs. Beatrice Allen, thanks to a donation by Herbert Ackerman, Governor of California and lover of the arts. The foundation respects the confidentiality of artists and guarantees their rights to their works, copyright, author rights, etc. The board of directors meets once a month at their New York headquarters. If you have any questions, please fill out your contact information on the site.
Herbert Ackerman, an art lover? Miss Beatrice Allen? I must find out more about her.
Beatrice Allen, founder and president of the Labyrinth Foundation, was born in 1912 in San Diego. Her father was a doctor and her mother a musician. From her mother, she inherited her taste and respect for the arts, a passion that would remain with her for the rest of her life. After studying nursing, she worked at various public hospitals before finding a position at the Bromden Institute, a private clinic treating the mentally ill. She stayed there for more than 20 years, distinguishing herself through her professionalism and her empathy towards patients. Upon becoming assistant to the clinic's lead doctor, she launched new care programs involving the arts. In 1956, Beatrice Allen left the clinic to devote herself fully to art. In 1958, she was made the main beneficiary of Governor Ackerman's estate. She invested a large part of the inheritance in the arts, and a few years later created the Labyrinth Foundation, which she ran until her death. Beatrice Allen had a son with whom she did not get along. In 1985, he was killed in a car accident. Beatrice became the guardian of her grandson, who was her greatest happiness during the last years of her life. Beatrice Allen died in New York in 2002. Her immense art collection is managed by her foundation. Oh, she was pretty.
Beatrice Allen is the woman painted by Ackerman on one of his paintings. I'm sure of that. I need more info. Her son may be another interesting lead to follow, but I'd need his full name.
Let's go with Herbert. Herbert Ackerman, born in Chicago to a wealthy and politically engaged family, Herbert Clark Ackerman displayed leadership qualities at an early age. An only child, he lost his parents at the age of 12. He went to live with his uncle in Oregon. He was employed in his uncle's company and sent to Stanford University to pursue a degree in engineering. In 1905, he married the daughter of a San Francisco banker. A year later, his son Mark was born. Unfortunately, his wife was killed during the earthquake that devastated San Francisco. He remarried 9 years later to a young French woman. Working abroad frequently, he was in England when the First World War broke out. Gradually, he abandoned his engineering work for a diplomatic career. For more than a decade, he held serious diplomatic posts, taking his son with him to various countries in Europe and Asia. At the end of 1929, he returned to the United States and lived for a time in Chicago. 3 years later, he moved to Los Angeles, where he finally settled. It was in California that his political career really took off. He was elected governor of California in 1949 and re-elected in 1953. He died of cancer in Los Angeles a year after the end of his second term. Emil Sarkovic, Hungarian painter born in 1862, died in 1904. A discreet figure, Sarkovic was also known in artistic circles as a fine pianist. Pale and gaunt, he was nicknamed the white-fingered pianist by Frank Liszt. A member of the Hungarian symbolist school, Sarkovic preferred dark subjects. The painting Death and the Young Girl is considered his masterpiece.
That painter's been dead a long time. The journalist must have given a false name.
Mark Ackerman, The Event, an exclusive exhibit at the gallery. The Valdez Gallery, okay, we already know this. Yeah, that's all. Harold Perrin, 5 murders with acts of cruelty. Perrin hung himself in his cell less than 2 months after his arrest. File deleted.
The file was destroyed in the 30s because of the deal the FBI made with Herbert Ackerman. Just think, it was the era of the untouchables.
Henry Allen, 1940, distinguishing features none. American, date and cause of death, car accident, 1985, insurance fraud, forgery, burglary, domestic violence, possession of narcotics, forgery and use of forged documents. Allen was the partner of Maria Valdez, who died with him in the May 1985 crash. Allen and Valdez had a child named Richard.
A son named Richard. Shit, that can't be true. This can't be a coincidence.
I'm not here at the moment, but you can leave a message.
Jesus Christ, Richard. If you're that nurse's grandson, why didn't you ever tell me? I have to get back to Chicago right away and get to the bottom of this.
outfit.
Hello?
Vic, it's me. Is this a bad time?
Claire. I fell asleep in front of the TV. What time is it?
Almost 10 p.m. Sorry to wake you. Do you want me to call you back tomorrow?
No. I always having a nightmare anyway. As soon as I fall asleep, I relive the same old stories.
Still having nightmares about the Chicago killer? Vic, you have to stop thinking about all that. It happened almost 4 years ago.
Tell that to my subconscious. Were you calling me about the case?
I have the results of Ellen Dunnigan's preliminary autopsy.
Let me guess. The killer left no trace.
Absolutely nothing. The body was carefully cleaned of any clue that could have led us to the killer. The modus operandi seems identical to the other victims. Various wounds meant to inflict pain, then a bullet wound causing death.
Good Lord. It's been going on for almost 3 years and this asshole still hasn't made a single mistake.
Are you going to be in Maine for a while?
I still have to question a few possible witnesses. Garrus wants this by the book, but I doubt it'll turn up anything.
Oh, yes, your new partner. Fresh out of Quantico.
I gotta go, Claire. Hernandez is up to her old tricks on the news again.
Okay, I'll call you if I have anything new. Take care of yourself.
The horribly tortured body of Ellen Dunnigan was found this morning. The body was discovered on the side of Route 201, less than a mile outside the small town of Jackman, Maine. The young woman, a Holton native, had disappeared on September 22nd. The modus operandi removes any ambiguity over the killer's identity. This is without a doubt the latest chapter in the heinous rampage of the East Coast Killer. As with the previous murders, the killer filmed the suffering which he inflicted on his victim. He then sent DVDs of the footage to the authorities and the media. The FBI has refused any comment in the wake of this new crime. Special Agent McPherson, who has been on the case from the beginning, seems completely incapable of making any headway whatsoever in this case. How many innocent victims will have to die before the killer is stopped? It's a legitimate question, given the investigators' utter lack of results. This is Paloma Hernandez for 5TV.
So, just like that, I'm completely overwhelmed? What a bitch. McPherson.
This is Paloma Hernandez. Do you remember me, Agent McPherson?
Unfortunately, yes. I just saw your mug on TV. One doesn't forget that kind of trauma.
Very funny. Listen, I know you don't like my work, but I don't have anything against you personally. I also have people to answer to, and the competition is fierce.
Oh, you're breaking my heart, Hernandez. Switch careers. The FBI is hiring.
I'm not calling to apologize. I have a proposal for you. Can you meet me at the Bishop Motel in Jackman for a chat?
Right. You want me to join your TV games. I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline your offer.
I'm in touch with an informant. He has discovered certain information about the killer. I'm ready to divulge it if you agree to give me exclusive access to the FBI investigation. That way, we'd be working together instead of being at loggerheads. What do you say?
Are you serious? You've been making my life hell since this case started, but now you want us to be best friends forever because suddenly it suits your purposes?
If you've got information on the killer, then give it to me. No conditions.
If you conceal evidence or hinder our investigation in any way, I can guarantee you a stint in the slammer. Night, Hernandez.
I hate being hung up on.
Vic McPherson, please leave a message after the beep.
star of my next film is finally awake. Welcome to my humble abode, Miss Menendez.
You must feel a little lost. Don't worry. I'm going to take good care of you.
Please, I'm begging you. Let me go. I won't tell anyone what's happened.
You're right about that hot stuff. I went to a lot of trouble to get you here, and now you'd like me to give up all my lovely plans? You know me well enough to know that I take everything to its proper finish, and sometimes even a little beyond that.
Okay, that was cringe.
Do you recognize this place? This is where the actresses immortalized in my videos made their debuts and bid their adieus. I love this room. It holds so many delicious memories. Well, for me at least.
Listen, I don't know what you intend to do. Maybe we can make a deal?
I doubt that. I want to do away with those who are tracking me. Their interference doesn't amuse me anymore. You are one of those people, Hernandez. You're the one who dubbed me the East Coast Killer. It's time you understand what really lies behind those meaningless words. I know who your informant is. The former FBI agent, James Hawker. He's going to die, just like you. Of course, I'll be much quicker with him. He doesn't have your charm. I have to leave you for the moment. I have a few things to arrange to take care of your friend Hawker. See you very soon, gorgeous.
Don't panic. I have to get out of here or find a way to call for help. The collar is locked around my neck. It's impossible to remove it.
Now, file. Oh, damn, no.
It's not turning on. Looks like there's no power. This entryway is not just here for decoration. This cable is connected to an electrical outlet and won't come out. I've got to pull it out.
Uh-oh.
The darn collar shocks me when I try to go through the entryway. This sicko's put up cameras everywhere. There's a plate screwed onto the entryway. A circuit board. Seems to be working. For now. If I go through the entryway to reach the switch, I'll get electrocuted by the collar. There's something in the stove. A half-burnt flyer. It's an ad for a Holton hardware store.
Should I have ice cream? Or should I try fudge?
That's what it is.
What?
Do you want fudge?
Oh.
It looks like an old wedding dress. I'd rather not know what it's doing here. This looks really solid, and I can't pry these boards off barehanded. It's high, but I should be able to get out through there. There's a lock. That's my phone on the front seat. I have to get it. There's a lock. This piece of wood looks like a railway tie. It's marked with the letters B-A-R.
I'll be out soon.
No key in the ignition. That'd be too easy. At least I have my phone. Damn, the battery's dead. Receipts issued by a gas station in St. George, Quebec. My purse. Empty, of course. Receipts issued by a gas station in St. George, Quebec. An electrical outlet? It seems to be working. Answer, McPherson. Good God, answer!
McPherson here.
Help! Help me! The killers abducted me.
Is that you, Hernandez? Calm down. Take a deep breath. Where are you?
I've no idea. He's locked me up in an old house somewhere deep in the woods. He's going to kill me. He said he was after you too, McPherson. And Hawker.
But what about you? Are you okay? Are you hurt?
Oh my God. I can hear him. He's coming back. What do I do?
Hernandez, give me some clues about the place you're being held.
I found an old burnt flyer for a store in Holton.
Holton. That's the Aroostook County capital. Anything else?
I found a receipt. It's from a gas station in St. George.
St. George? Isn't that in Quebec? Okay, Hernandez, that could help us. What else?
I saw some letters on a railway tie, the initials B.A.R.
Those initials must refer to a railroad company. That's an excellent clue. Try to give me some clues. The more precise you are, the quicker we'll be able to find you.
Let me think. There's a car outside?
Hello? What's going on? Hello? Hernandez?
Maybe I should, like, move it. It, like, worked to interact for a minute, but how do I keep it interacting, and how to make the time thing there go away? Kind of want to see if that pops up. Just want to see. Hey, I'm just figuring something out because my friend got me this. Yeah, it's been a while. This little owl thing because my Nana just passed away yesterday, unfortunately, and it's for her. It just wouldn't interact for some reason. So I'm playing Still Life today. How are you? Yeah. A lot. Thank you. How are you? I guess it's this one.
All right, Garrus, what we got?
Tire tracks have been found nearby. They're being tested. The juiciest clue is the message on the answering machine. The door to the room wasn't forced, unlike the bathroom door.
There's something different this time around. The killer went after Hernandez. She's connected to the case. It's not a coincidence.
Here's the report you requested. It summarizes the main points of the investigation as well as the psychological profile you established.
Thanks, Garrus. All right, let's get to work. We have to gather as many clues as possible.
I hope that goes well.
A brochure of the Bishop Motel, famous for its tranquility. They're gonna have to find a new claim to fame. There was coffee spilled on the carpet. There's a clear footprint. I don't have the necessary supplies to collect a sample.
That's great. I'm happy to hear that.
I've kept you a place in my cold room, McPherson.
I think this creep has it in for me personally. But why? All I want is to see him locked up for the rest of his days.
Which games have you been playing?
The safe is empty.
Oh, that's cool.
At your service, Agent McPherson. Do you need anything? The killer is really an exceptional criminal. He's so methodical.
This asshole needs to be in complete control. That's his trip. He's taking a real risk filming his murders. He knows that if he makes even the smallest mistake, we'll use it to find him.
I've done a superficial search of the area. The killer used chemical products to clean up the room, but he made sure to leave some clues to amuse himself.
Thank you.
You can go ahead now with the investigation, Agent McPherson. Here's the CSIA kit.
What?
It's the new field kit, designed by our labs to do all kinds of scientific testing right at the crime scenes.
Claire would be so jealous if she saw this thing.
I've already entered everything related to Paloma Hernandez in the database to compare it with the samples.
Okay, so we got the revealer spray, 3D scanner, computer key, sampling swab, sampling tongs, fingerprint powder, and digital microscope. Okay, I think we can take... Is it... Wait, hold on. I don't know, should we?
It's not this.
I know it's not. Oh, you played Twin Mirror? That's good. I've heard of a couple of those games. Twin Mirror, The Quarry, Complex, Last Shift, Hellblade, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, I think I've heard of that, yeah. I've never played it though. That's great though. I'm glad you're playing some cool games.
Bad idea.
They mean. Okay. Yeah, you like it? I know a lot of people had problems with it. I liked it. I mean, I don't know if I thought it was fascinating, not fascinating, but fantastic, but it was good. Yeah, it's from the same developers, Don't Nod, the ones that created the first game and the second. But you probably knew that. But yeah, I do like that game. Oh, no problem. Oh, media source? Is that really what? Okay, let me see if I can fix that. Sorry you guys see my monitor. It's just because I can't figure out how to put this game on anything but screen capture. So, media source. I'll try that instead because I had it on, I think, browser source. Let me see. It's media share. No, that's donating. They're supposed to have a game out the end of this year. The Lost Records one. Media file. I think that's that one. I just wasn't sure if it was going to work with it, but I'm sure. Yeah, loop. I'm going to try it. It should be fine. Okay. Yep, okay. He's huge now. Okay. I'm just going to put him in the corner where it's blank because I'm not doing face cam today. Thank you for your help. Yeah, I think they finally talked about Directive 820 or something. And I know that there's that Dead by Daylight based game that they're doing. Yes, thank you. I appreciate your help. Let's see what to do with this. Okay, I have to use the 3D scanner on it, I guess. There we go. Okay, there's the shoe print. No analysis performed. Shoe with lug sole, size 10, footprint left by the killer. New document. Data is ready to transfer.
Hi, Paloma. It's Simmons. You know, your news director, the one who's still waiting for you to call him back. Where are we at with this big scoop of yours? I have a schedule to fill, you know.
Oh, his concern is touching.
That's cool. Okay. Now what? Okay, smartphone. Dang it. Okay, there we go. What am I to do with that? Oh, I gotta do a computer analysis? Yeah. Altered male voice, authentication, voice of the East Coast killer, identification impossible.
I've kept your place in my cold room, McPherson.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're done with that. It's this area.
The safe is empty. This remote control fell under the bed. There might be intact prints on it.
You can give it a shot. It's the 3D scanner. Oops. Do you have to do like revealer spray maybe?
It's not this.
Okay, she doesn't have to yell at me. It's the fingerprint powder, of course.
I need an instrument from the testing kit.
Okay.
It's not this.
I don't know why I was using the swabs. Yeah, I know. She's like, it's not this. Let's see if I could pin that, because I did this thing like called chat highlight, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna work or not, but we'll see. Okay. It seems like it's not. Right? Why isn't it doing it? Okay. Whatever, it's not doing it, but whatever. Do you use chat highlight, Nick? I know. She's just yelling at me all over. Yeah, I did. I still gotta post the last part to that. I'll try to when I can. Should be coming soon. Yeah, I did end it. It was like a month ago, but I'm so behind on posting things. I used to post every day, but with work and stuff, it just kind of fell off. I started Code Veronica again, but I ended up getting trapped like in the middle of it on a boss fight. I'll eventually try to go back to it if I can. That boss fight was kind of brutal. Okay. The 3D scanner. Okay, yeah, you use that. Okay. Okay, that's Paloma's. Okay, now we can go somewhere else, I think, because I don't know if there's anything else there. So we're gonna, like, sneak into the bathroom, I guess. Is that blood?
Bullet hole.
Oh, no, it's a bullet hole.
Bullet's been removed. Bullet hole. The bullet's been removed. There's a funny smell near the ventilation system. I need an instrument from the testing kit.
Okay. Oh, electronic nose. That's kind of funny. Traces of neutralizing gas, narcotic gas inducing unconsciousness. That's good. Yeah. I know a friend of mine was playing Dead Space not too long ago. So many games, so little time, right? Okay.
There's detergent residue here.
Nope, not that one.
A blood stain. There's not much. It probably comes from a superficial wound.
Human blood, type O positive. Paloma Hernandez's blood. Okay. And I did that, so. Yeah, it was pretty popular when it first came out. I think they just did the remake of it, or like a remaster or something like that. I've never played it. Oh, you were telling me to, try Starfield? Yeah, yes, I did call you Nick, though. I know you told me to. I didn't know if that was something Meg only called you or not, but then you told me to call you Nick. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try to figure it out, the chat highlight thing. But since I have chat on the screen anyway, it's probably not, like, that important. I just kind of like the way that it looks.
This suitcase is locked.
At your service, Agent McPherson. Do you need anything?
What do you mean, not in a toxic way?
You know anything about lockpicking, Garrus?
Not really. I'm more of an electronics guy. But I do happen to have an electric pick gun. Here.
Okay, cool. We'll try that. Mini DVD. Interesting.
A camcorder. Probably Hernandez's. It's empty.
Tell us your theory. It's quite different from the leads the FBI are currently chasing.
The East Coast killer doesn't act on sudden impulse, which is what the case profiler contends. I've discovered the basis on which he chooses his victims. Criteria linked to one of his obsessions.
James Hawker. He hasn't given up on the case.
Isn't that your old partner?
Find Hawker for me, Garrus, and get me his file. McPherson here.
Help! Help me! The killers abducted me.
Hernandez, where are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, usually when people say your full name, it's usually not for something good. So, I get that.
Oh, my head is spinning. I feel strange. My phone. Must be McPherson. She must be trying to locate me.
Okay. Use the cell phone. Okay, so we have to somehow get out of this room.
The photo of a movie star? Maybe to remind me that now I'm starring in a movie too. With a complete psychopath directing. It's too high for me to open it.
I think this is where you can store stuff. Yep. Got that shot collar on again.
This tap seems to be working. This tap seems to be working.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's just laying there. Ow!
Careful. There's glass everywhere.
I felt that somehow.
McPherson? Have you located me? Have you figured out where this miserable house is?
In a quiet place. Don't worry, we won't be disturbed.
You won't get away with this. I've warned McPherson. The FBI and the police will soon be here. They know exactly where I am.
The funniest thing is that you seem to believe what you're saying. I have a deal for you. If you manage to get out of here, I'll consider setting you free. I've prepared a few surprises for you on your path to freedom. Just to spice things up a little.
Please, let me go.
Come on, pull yourself together. Oh, one last thing. While you were unconscious, I injected you with a little dose of poison.
Of course you did.
Be feeling the symptoms. Vertigo, weakness, nausea, and death. Eventually. You better start looking for the antidote. And don't forget, the collar enables me to bring you back to reason. Good luck, gorgeous.
Bottle filled with
The
2/3.
label indicates that this bottle contains a chemical reactant. To separate the true from the false? What does that mean?
Which one? Oh, yikes.
Four vials filled with liquid. It says which one on the base.
Okay, maybe I should, like, save it first. I don't understand how this is working. I love how somehow a mattress is supposed to fit in this. Okay, place them inside. Fine. Okay, combine. Can. Wait. Combine. 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 Uh-oh. It's supposed to turn black. So maybe I'll go back to the other save since I don't know if I messed up. That wasn't it. Okay, how am I supposed to do this? Now I'm gonna save again. Okay, so I guess it's just trial and error, but we'll find out. Separate. There.
I'm feeling better.
Okay.
Congratulations. You won the right to remain alive.
For now.
It's too far.
So I'd like pull my mattress back out? I don't know. Why isn't she taking it? I was right, you put it down there. So why won't you let me grab out the... Okay, go over there or something.
Locked.
Okay.
A severed hand. Oh my God. These inscriptions, are they here to help me or scare me?
There.
If I walk on these shards, I'm going to cut myself really badly. A memory card. I can read its contents on my voice recorder.
Today, January 13th, the lifeless body of Dolores Wilkins was found by local police by the side of a lake. The discovery of the body confirms the authenticity of the video clips which were broadcast last week. We know now that the so-called East Coast Killer is no hoax.
It's the audio from a report I did on the East Coast Killer.
Oh wait, I want to listen to the other ones.
Of the East Coast Killer has been discovered. I have with me now one of the agents in charge of the case, James Hawker.
The investigation is proceeding as planned. No comment.
This is Paloma Hernandez, reporting live from Jackman, Maine. Agent McPherson, have you found any clues?
No comment. Get lost.
This is Paloma Hernandez, reporting live from Jackman, Maine. Agent McPherson, have you found any clues?
No comment. Get lost.
It's locked, but the latch doesn't look very strong. It's not this. It looks like a fuse box. The cable goes through the wall. Locked.
Figured it had to be this if it wasn't the door. Oops.
Bravo! You've managed to get out. The plot continues to unfold. Once again, you must simply open the door. But first, you must figure out which one.
Let me go. I'm begging you.
You can go. It's just a matter of figuring out how to accomplish it. Prove to me that you're more than just a pretty face. Come on, lovely Paloma. Show me what you're made of. I hope you appreciate my little theory of horrors. It reflects the trajectory that our oh-so-civilized society has chosen to deal with those it deems criminal. First the prison, then the execution chamber, which leads to deliverance. Now, let's see if you're going to find a chair comfortable enough for you.
I hear an electric buzzing coming from this cupboard. An electric chair on rails. How convenient.
It's too dark. I can't see anything in there. A bulb half unscrewed, but it works. That's my first name. And the number 129.
The delicious. You found the key to freedom, of a sort. All you have to do is go through the door.
Yes, I am. I am playing it on Steam. I've played it before a couple years ago. Oh crap, I need to take this collar off.
These inscriptions, are they here to help me or scare me?
2324.
This tap seems to be working. I've got to get the clasp open on this goddamn collar. I've got to get the clasp open on this goddamn collar.
There we go. Perfect. Love when we do something right. Aw, dang it. Ugh, still more to do.
I have money. I can pay you a ransom if you let me out of here.
Come now, don't be vulgar. Money doesn't interest me. It's a dead thing. I prefer what's alive. I prefer that which can die. I'm watching you. Are you going to get the message?
I need to go back down here for a minute.
This tap seems to be working. It'll never work.
Then you just do it? Whatever. Okay, I think we're good.
There's a lock. I'd rather not imagine what might have happened on this table. These tiles must serve some purpose.
I'm going to make the game a little more interesting. You have a few minutes to figure out how to open the door in the back. If you take too long, poison gas will be released. Hurry up. Time flies.
It's a mannequin. There's a tag attached to its feet. There's a name on the label, McPherson. The letter P is underlined. A label with my name. The first E in Hernandez is underlined. The name Hawker is written on this label, and the letter H is underlined.
Okay. This does not give me pressure at all. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't see how this shirt could be useful to me.
The game is over. You did well to get rid of the collar. I would have killed you. I'll give you a little breather. I have to prepare the next scene.
Okay, Psycho.
It sounds hollow. It sounds hollow.
Aw, dang it, we put the dry powder extinguisher away and we need it.
It sounds hollow. It's too dark. I can't see anything in there. Bad idea.
And
It'll never work.
oh, not that. The surgical instrument, I think.
I have to unscrew the fuse box.
An iron thread. Yikes. She can't catch a break. Just a sec.
Kate Halloway, County Sheriff. I was expecting you.
Hi, I'm Agent McPherson. This is Agent Garris. What have you found?
No one here. The house is empty. There are a few signs of recent occupation, but if the killer was here, he's gone now.
I see. We'll take a look around ourselves, just in case.
This reporter who's disappeared, she was following your investigation quite closely, wasn't she?
Yeah, we go way back.
It's not easy to conduct an investigation with someone breathing down your neck, is it?
No.
Do you have information on the house? Who's the owner?
A Howard Peterson. He died more than 20 years ago. Suicide. The house has been abandoned ever since.
An old decrepit house in the forest. You'd think we were in a horror movie.
My men are searching the forest, looking for a body. I have a few roadblocks set up around the county. I've put in a query on the property to the Holton Land Registry. I'm expecting an answer. I'll keep you posted. I almost forgot. We found a memory card on the kitchen table. It comes from a phone or some such digital gadget. Take it.
No sign of Miss Hernandez. Is that good news or bad? At least we located the house quickly, thanks to the info she gave us.
Sure he
The
moved
killer
her.
had the entire night to act. The fact that he abducted Hernandez instead of killing her on the spot is a good sign.
With the field kit provided by the lab, we should be able to get somewhere.
Let's hope that this time around the killer's finally made some mistakes.
I have Harker's file, as requested.
Okay, thanks, Garrus.
I couldn't help having a peek. What Harker did was unacceptable. A guy like that has no place in the FBI.
James was a good agent. He crossed the line. I'm not excusing him, Garrus, but I understand what pushed him over the edge. Too much pressure.
Discovery of this house is a huge step forward. You think we're finally gonna stop the East Coast killer?
Everything depends on the wisdom of the profiler of the Great Lakes and the pluck of Quantico's juvenile investigator. You watch too much TV, Garrus. This old shack must be at least a century old. If only its walls could talk.
The hell? What? Might she go back down? Or back up?
There's a pretty clear shoe print.
Shoe with log sole, size 10. Tire tracks.
This tire track is quite narrow. Doesn't look like a car tire. If I get in touch with Claire, she may be able to give me more details.
Killer's case file? Okay. File on the killer's case. Victoria McPherson, lead agent. Forrest Garrus, assistant agent. James Hawker, end of assignment, July 18th, 2006. Opening closure of the file, opened on July 13th, 2006. Suspended on December 28th, 2006. Reopened on February 29th, 2008. File in progress. Type of crime, serial murders. Summary, 2 series of murders committed on American territory. 5 murders in 2006 over a 6-month period. 4 murders in 2008 over a 9-month period. It was established that the presumed suspect was the same in the 2 series of murders, causing the victim or the file to be reopened. The victims' bodies were found in over a large geographic area, covering much of New England. All of the victims are young women between 19 and 27 years old. No apparent other links. No serious suspect has been identified. James Hawker's file. Excerpts from the report of Agent Philip Kavanaugh, Department of Internal Affairs. Evaluation. Experienced agent, very good knowledge of the field, strong points, rigor, analytical mindset, adaptability, excellent physical shape. Weak points, lack of empathy, excessive self-confidence, violent tendencies. Sanctions. Temporary suspension on July 18, 2006. Permanent dismissal after the Commission's examination on August 2, 2006. On July 11, 2006, during a stakeout, Agent James Hawker killed Saul Wedge in cold blood, without legitimate grounds of self-defense. Agent Hawker had been in charge of the East Coast Killer case since January 13, 2006. His partner was Special Agent Victoria McPherson. Hawker and McPherson had been following a serial killer for 6 months without much success. Saul Wedge was a drug dealer known to police. Hawker and McPherson wanted to question him regarding the substances which he supposedly had in his possession, and which he may have sold to a client suspected of being the killer. During the hearing led by Agent Kavanaugh, Agent McPherson confirmed that Wedge had taken off after being approached. Hawker and McPherson engaged in a pursuit during which they became separated. When McPherson finally caught up with Hawker, he was aiming his weapon at Wedge. Here the versions differ. Hawker claims Wedge threatened him with a knife, which was not been found. Okay. Whereas McPherson maintains that Wedge was unarmed. McPherson alleges that Hawker pulled the trigger because Wedge refused to answer his questions. She attributes his actions to excessive stress and built-up frustration. She believes Hawker felt impotent because he was unable to make arrest in the serial murders. It must be noted that Hawker refused to speak with the psychologist on duty twice. In fact, it was the psychologist who drew the attention of Internal Affairs to the report submitted by Hawker regarding Wedge's death. Okay.
Hi, Vic. How goes your stroll in the picturesque woods of rural Maine? This is Claire Ashby. I'm not available at the moment. Please call back later.
Hi, Claire. I'm sending you a clue to test.
What the
A
hell?
motorcycle tire track.
That's weird. She didn't answer. Okay, I guess maybe we should go in the house now.
This painting is depressing. Such drab colors.
Kitchen.
Yuck. This fridge is disgusting. Dirty dishes. Maybe I'll find fingerprints on them. I doubt that Hernandez cooked. She must have left her fingerprint while eating. The fact that she ate is rather encouraging. The killer wants to keep her alive.
Okay.
Old dirty oven. I wouldn't bake cookies in that.
It's blood. Who's
A
next?
message scribbled on the newspaper. Who's next? Ah, the serial killer's eternal question.
A recent model, fireprint not found in the FBI database. Okay.
Smells pretty musty in there.
Maybe we can use that nose thing. Okay, maybe not.
This food tray reeks of the chemical cleansers the killer uses. I won't find any fingerprints on it. An old film. A glass key. Haven't seen it. Then again, I haven't exactly had much time to become a movie buff. A matchbox. I hope I won't have to use it. Small metal safe with a digital lock. LK model. A book written by one Stephen Bachman. A horror novel. This book is about nuclear war. It's from the 50s. A book on American painters. Somebody trying to bring back bad memories?
Right?
A chemistry textbook. The preferred literature of murderers everywhere. A book on forensic medicine. Open to the chapter Trepanation. This is Claire's kind of thing. Me, not so much. There's a lock of hair being used as a bookmark. But whose?
Oh yeah, we
There's
need to
a
look.
hiding place here. A piece of wood has been moved. Looks like there was an object here. Its trace in the dust is pretty clear.
Paloma Hernandez is here.
Small metal safe with a digital
Yeah, there
lock.
are fingerprints.
LK model. I think there are smudges on the buttons of the digital lock. You might be able to get prints. I think there are smudges on the buttons of the digital lock. You might be able to get prints. The rest of the prints are no good. Damn.
Oh.
It's locked. There's something here. A bare footprint.
Thank you. An apple? I'll have the beef jerky tomorrow. If that's okay. I'll have the beef jerky tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll hide it.
These tire tracks were left by a large vehicle. The tracks correspond to those of the pickup truck that was identified as the killer's.
Found some traces, but nothing too important.
You're good at electronics, right? You might be able to help me. I found a locked Metalier safe, LK model. Any tips?
Metalier. I know that make. The LK is solid. The electronic lock is rudimentary. There's only a limited number of characters you can use to make up the combination. I must have a file on this model in my database. Might come in handy.
Thanks, Garrus. It should help me to figure out the combination. Small Metalier safe with a digital lock, LK model. It's locked. It's locked. It's locked. Small Metalier safe with a digital lock, LK model. There we go. The safe is open. Screen screenplays. The House of Terror, The Butcher of Massachusetts. Wow, an Oscar nomination's practically guaranteed. These stories sound twisted, and so is the hack who wrote them. There's no name on them, though. It's sealed.
This can't possibly work.
It's locked. It's locked.
This can't possibly work.
Sheriff Halloway poked around in the china cabinet, and she didn't mention it. So much for teamwork. Fingerprint's not on file. I need to get Claire in on this.
Oh, Vic, where would you be without your favorite coroner? What can I do for you this time?
I think I have something new to help ID the killer. I've scanned a print that's not in my records. I'm sending it to you.
Okay, I'll look into it.
What's new in the Chicago office?
Everyone's on the case. Miller is pulling all-nighters doing computer research, and Kingsley is running around stuffing his face with cookies. As for the boss, well, she comes in to see me every 10 minutes. When she's stressed, she almost makes me long for our old supervisor Browning, if that gives you any idea.
Stop it. She can't be worse than him.
I even got a call from Inspector Tate. He's ready to give us a hand, unofficially.
That William. He feels indebted since his nomination. All I did was give him a boost. It's thanks to his own skills that he succeeded. Do you know what happened to Hawker after he was fired from the FBI?
Not really. I think he went into security. I'll ask around, let you know. Talk to you later, Vic. Good luck.
It'll never work.
Okay, I guess I'm supposed to use a pick gun. I don't know, something like that. I don't know, we must have missed something somewhere because I don't know where a pick gun is. I'll check the police car or something, see if it maybe is in there.
Safe is locked. Can't force it. I really don't need the sheriff on my back.
Yeah, where is it? I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, I'll set it over there.
No, I just want to move it.
Half the floorboards are pulled out. There's something here, but I can't see a thing in this light. The oil lamp's empty. I'm gonna have to fill it if I want some light. Shit. I hate playing with fire.
I wanted to verify a detail in the room. Nothing important. Flashlight? I only have one, and I need it. I'm sorry.
Have you found anything special in the house?
Just clues regarding a local case. Nothing that concerns the FBI.
Really? What's it about?
We've been looking for a local hunter named Anderson. He's got nothing to do with your killer.
Have you taken samples from the house, Sheriff? If so, would you be so kind as to inform me?
I poked around. I'm a cop. It's my job. I haven't found anything relevant to your case.
If you say so, Sheriff. Don't forget we're supposed to be on the same side. I've already seen this room in the film sent by the killer. It's the ideal place for nightmares. This electronic entryway has been short-circuited. Maybe Hernandez's work? Bloodstained bandages. A test is in order. Something on this broken mirror.
It'll never work. It's not this. Bad idea.
Something on this broken mirror.
It's not this.
Old photographs. Probably left by the former occupants of this house. The edge of the mattress is damaged. Bits have been pulled out. Hernandez must have passed through here to escape. It's quite a fall. There's a piece of paper in the stove. This is the flyer Hernandez told me about on the phone. Women's clothes. They may have belonged to the victims. Women's clothes. They may have belonged to the victims.
Bad idea.
Women's clothes. They may have belonged to the victims. Lock of hair. I have to find out whose. More like a torture chamber than a bathroom. It's sealed. I need an instrument from the testing kit. Hey, there are fibers in this sample. Fibers from the sampling pad. Somebody has already proceeded with analysis in this room. terrarium. It's empty. But it looks like it was occupied recently. There are traces of food. It's locked. The door doesn't look very solid. have no other choice. There's something behind the shelf. Looks like a dumbwaiter. The door's locked, and the call box seems to be out of order. Yuck, this fridge is disgusting. The screeching door is the same as the best alarm system in the world. Looks like blood on this piece of rubber. There's been an explosion here. Looks like a stun grenade. Footprint near the explosion. The hatch is closed and the lock looks rusty. Archery target. Well used, too. Perhaps we're on the trail of a modern-day Robin Hood. An aluminum can full of leaves and twigs. An old rusty iron brazier. Probably used to burn weeds and debris. There are traces of vegetation. Blackened skulls of little animals. Charming. A metal grate. It must come from the gate.
Found some traces, but nothing too important.
Tell me, Garrus, have you taken samples from the bathroom in the house?
No, I was focusing on the outside. Why?
Well, someone took samples there. I wanted to know if it was you.
I spoke to one of the cops who were searching the forest. He gave me the lowdown on Holloway. Sheriff is on edge. Elections are around the corner, and she's not sure she'll be reinstated to her post. So she doesn't appreciate the FBI's arrival in her jurisdiction, stealing the spotlight.
Brilliant. We got a creepy house in the woods and a shifty sheriff. Man, I miss Chicago. Garrus, you don't have a flashlight by any chance?
Sorry, Agent McPherson. Not standard issue.
I thought you were the running around the woods at night with a huge flashlight type. You know, like on that famous show? I must be watching too much TV. Oh well, I'll manage. Hernandez told us about this crossbeam.
I have nothing new to tell you, Agent McPherson.
No, I'm going to buy it in 2024 for sure. Can't wait that long. Oh yeah, she has nothing to tell
you,
me.
Agent McPherson.
I'm trying to find a pick gun because I need a pick gun, but I don't know where it is because I don't know. I just don't. I have no idea. What about you? Trying to see if there's any like kind of playthrough that kind of shows where the pick gun is. Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess I get that, waiting for them all to be released. Where is this pick gun? Okay, yeah. True. The pig gun. Oh my gosh. Is this... No, this is Vic's gun. Not like a pig gun. Oh my god, it's right here. I'm mad at myself because I didn't realize that I already had it. Wow. That was nice. Okay. Now that we got it, move a little faster, Victoria. She's like, it ain't my fault you're slow.
Locks of hair. They're labeled. Janet, Olivia, Susan. The killer's victims. This sicko made himself some sort of a morbid reliquary.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Looks like there was an object here. Its trace in the dust is pretty clear.
Yeah. Are you gonna publish it on your channel? Yeah, I don't know, did you stream it at all? Or are you just like playing it off stream and then posting on your channel later? That's a good thing though, because then people won't complain it's short, but then again, maybe they still will. I think I can use the pig gun for this. Okay? Yeah. Okay.
A receipt for medications, or rather medical concoctions. I'm no chemist, but this ain't cough syrup. The pharmacist's stamp is on the receipt. Ann Wilkinson. The pharmacy is in Holton, the county seat. The sheriff might know more.
Okay. Serum box.
Empty medicine bottles. This wasn't just aspirin. These are highly complex formulations. I don't see anything.
Okay. Sentence is passed.
Sentence. This weirdo is totally in character. I'm almost certain that there's something
Oh, that's
behind
good.
this blackboard. A circular saw. God, I hope it's only for woodworking.
You know it's not.
Address on the cylinder. It's a gas station in St. George, Quebec. That matches what Hernandez said. The furnace. Looks like it hasn't been used in a while. There are burnt fragments under the furnace. It's not coal, but of plastic. There's part of a name. Lee. I bet it's a fragment of a credit card or something belonging to Dorothy Lee, the 8th victim.
It'll never work.
Okay, probably tongs, I guess. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we can't do anything.
Old accounting book. It seems to be from the 20s. And out of order still. This keg was used to make moonshine. Shelves filled with bottles. They look empty. Probably wouldn't find any great vintages anyway. Shelves filled with bottles. They look empty. Probably wouldn't find any great vintages anyway. This looks like burnt hair.
From a wig.
This coating seems very fresh. What are we trying to cover up?
Hammer. Oh, this, I think. The demolition mass.
This coating seems very fresh. What are we trying to cover up?
Find out.
It's like being in an abandoned morgue. Claire would have a heart attack if she saw the state of this room.
Yeah.
A little blood on an autopsy table. There's nothing more natural, Claire would say. But in a squalid cellar, not so much.
Olivia Long.
It's sealed. Something weird about this sleeve. There's a tear and some discoloration.
It's not this. This can't possibly work. Bad idea.
Just as I expected. Stains that look like blood have appeared on the shirt.
Okay, type A positive.
If I send this blood sample to Claire, she could perform a more thorough test. The killer left a message. Dead? For his sake, I hope she's not.
Yeah. Tell him, girl.
A condemned door. I think there are traces on the wall. I can barely notice them with the naked eye.
Some more blood.
These look like drops of blood. Or tomato juice, I guess. But for some reason, I'm leaning toward the first theory. The floor has been scrubbed in this spot. Not a good sign. Shit. Given the amount of blood, someone's not having a good day.
Wait, did I do both? Okay, Janet. Damn it, Janet. Why'd you have to go and die?
The electric chair that Hernandez mentions in the recordings should be right here. Something shiny on the ground. What is it? Looks like little pieces of broken glass. Gotta take a sample.
Eyeglasses. Okay.
I don't see anything. A lever. Maybe I'll find some fingerprints on it. A fuse box. The circuits are completely fried. I doubt this color is just for decoration. These inscriptions seem really awkward. I wonder who actually wrote them.
Okay.
Message left by the killer. Too late. If he thinks he can throw me, he doesn't know who he's dealing with. I knew it. It's the killer who wrote these inscriptions. Part of his sick little game. There's blood on this broken glass. Someone must have cut themselves walking on it. The lock on this door is busted. There are marks on the ground. Looks like a heavy object was dragged from here.
I'm tired.
Traces of soot. Looks like the beginning of a fire. Shit, I didn't need this. The thought of going in there gives me nausea. Take a deep breath, McPherson. This lock is half dismantled. I don't know anything about electronics. It's locked. The door doesn't look very solid.
Alright guys, I think I'm going to continue with more tomorrow or something like that, because my laptop just died and I was using it for comments or anything that you guys were commenting. Sorry, so awkward. Thank you for watching if you decided to stop by, it means a lot, and thank you to Nicola for the great little owl animation that she got for me in honor of my Nana who passed away yesterday. May she rest in peace. Miss her so much. And thank you guys for watching. It means the world. And I'll see you next time. Wait, hold on. Let me save first. Gotta be careful. Okay. And exit.